We are back with today's checklist. September is National Pain Awareness Month. The U.S. Pain Foundation says more than 51 million Americans are living with chronic pain. So we're going to share some warning signs and most importantly, talk about how you can get some relief. So here to help is Dr. Caudle, family medicine physician and associate professor at Rowan University. Dr. Caudle, good morning to you.
Good morning, guys. Good to see you.
Yeah, so many people, I think a lot of people feel like, you know what, it's just an everyday ache. They kind of get used to it. But I feel like there's some people who, you know, maybe you don't have to live with that pain every day.
That's so true. And that's where we really talk about acute versus chronic pain. Acute is sort of a pain that comes from something specific. Childbirth, you cut your arm, you burn your finger, you sprain your ankle, things like that. So it's caused by an injury, an illness, something like that. But it lasts less than 6 months, usually less than 3 months. And that's what we mean by acute pain. And oftentimes, usually that pain goes away when the underlying cause is either treated or it sort of resolves itself. Now, chronic pain is a bit different. I know we have another graphic with this one. This tends to last longer than 6 months. Acute pain can become chronic, or people can have chronic pain from other things. And oftentimes it's caused by an ongoing health issue, endometriosis, migraine syndrome, and other things. And it interferes with daily life. This is what's really important. I know we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, as I sit here right now, I dropped my back over the weekend. Long story. But steroids, I'm on Flexeril as well.
Muscle relaxant. Okay, yeah. Yep.
How can you tell the difference in terms of how your body feels from acute pain, chronic pain?
Yeah, you know, sometimes the pains are overlap, right? So it's not so much the type of pain or the quality, but rather the length of time and the cause, but some different qualities in terms of pain, whether it's acute or chronic, I would say, but we're talking about chronic here. Aching, burning, like a squeezing pain. Could be shooting, stiffness, stinging, throbbing. The point here is that it doesn't have to be like this sharp stabbing pain and that's it. It can have other qualities as well. And that's what's really important.
And then what about how this pain impacts your mental health?
Yes.
You know, and like you've got this almost like invisible illness.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you said that, because pain, we can't see pain necessarily, right? We don't always know when someone's going through pain, and it is considered an invisible illness. It affects every part of our lives. It can affect our sleep. I have patients who can't sleep at night. They have insomnia, or maybe they have anxiety, depression because of what they're going through. Remember, when you're in chronic pain, you can't pick up your grandkids likely. You may not be able to go on the hike with the family. There may be mood changes, there may be cognitive difficulties. So really, this is a whole person condition when we're talking about chronic pain that we have to be mindful of.
I have chronic pain mostly caused by arthritis, so it's sort of all over. How do you recommend going to the doctor? Because I feel like every time I go to the doctor, I'm like, it still hurts. It still hurts. How can you actually get diagnosed and find something to do with that pain?
Well, I'm sorry that you're still going through this, and you're right that arthritis is something that affects so many of us. You know, I always say, and I'm sure you're doing this already, you know, take note of the who, what, when, where, why when you go to the doctor. Try to be able to tell your doctor literally the nitty-gritty details, and also pain scales. You know, we've used them a lot in the past. Take note of how bad your pain is. But your doctor will also be doing labs and imaging. Yep, this is our pain scale. So I always say the worst pain you could, the worst pain you could imagine.
But what if one person's 6 is another person's 10?
Yes, it can be, right? So it is relative, right? But this still gives us as healthcare providers an idea of where you feel you are, and that's important. The other thing I would say, too, to your point, and we're going to go into treatments, is if you feel like you're not getting relief with one place, you know, try another doctor, try another location. What do we have for pain, right? There's prescription medications. You talked about some of the meds you're on. You're on great ones, actually. Physical therapy, occupational therapy. Also things like, you know, yoga and Tai Chi, water therapy. Now, we have eating fruits and vegetables because the point here is living a healthy lifestyle just helps everything, right? And I know that on our next graphic, we've got a few other things. Staying hydrated, sleeping well, meditation, therapy sometimes can be very helpful. Also paying attention to our mind, because it does, you know, pain affects our mind.
It's important. Those were good. It's good advice because you want to keep trying. You don't want to live in pain every day.
That's right. And don't give up. Like, keep going until you find some answers. Absolutely. So that's one of the goals here.
Great tips, Dr.
Caudle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.